Uh-oh. Okay, we are live. Hi, everyone. This is Terry Miller.
Hello.
Good morning out there. And we are doing the Tuesday team training. However, we open this up to the public because, my journey has been an incredible one. And I want to share, the knowledge that I've gained over the last 3.5 years inside this company, where I've been learning unbelievable things as far as online marketing and selling and recruiting and all that kind of good. It's totally been out of my wheelhouse. I came from, a real estate lending industry background for almost, 23 years and a total of 3 decades in corporate America. So I'm an ex-corporate robot mom. And I'm loving the laptop lifestyle. We get to do this from home, on our hours. We get to travel when we want to. I'm with family. We went out the other night with our son and met my husband's family for dinner. I mean, you just can do things like that and not have to worry because it was on a Sunday night. Oh, I got to get back early enough to get to bed so I can wake up Monday morning. No, it's not like that. So we love our laptop lifestyle, don't we, Terry? She might not hear. Oh, she's on mute. Okay.
Yeah, and muted. Absolutely. I love that because like you said, we're able to do what we need to do. Me being disabled and having all my doctor's appointments, I can do it in the car, and that's just a huge relief. I don't have to take time off. I don't have to take my vacation pay or whatever to get my appointments. So yes, I do love my freedom.
And that's exactly what, this business does. So those of you that are tuning in, you're maybe on my team or Terry's team or, inside of Empower Network already. Congratulations. And this is for you, but also this is for the public because I want people to succeed, period. I want everybody to win because you can make money online. Terry's living proof. We can make money online. Okay. Good morning. I was just telling Terry, when you join Terry or I or our team, I have what's called a rotator. You don't need to know what it is, but I put your link inside that rotator once you upgrade to the Builders Club level. And what that means, rotate it around, and when people come to the Intent to Win site or my site, or this site here that you're on for the hangout, every time you click that button, it'll go to Terry or it'll go to the next person and so forth. So it's pretty cool that, we can do something like that for you when you're part of the team, part of the community, because that's a way that we share success. We can help each other out while you're growing and learning this business. So anyway, let's move forward with our topic today is the 7-step blog post, okay? The reason why I want to share this is I'm going to show you some numbers that are going to, I think it's gotten me excited. It was a goal I wanted to achieve, and I achieved it. But anyway, these are the 7 steps that we're going to go over. Not too crazy, but if you follow these 7 steps, especially when you're using the Kalatu Premium blog, you are going to be ranking your blog posts, most of them, and I can't guarantee you this, but you will be getting ranked on the first page of Google, which means more traffic to your blog. When you have more traffic to your blog, that translates into more leads, and then that translates into sales. Because any blog you can turn into a selling machine, right? If you're selling cookbooks, or whatever it is, you can blog about cooking and different things like that, and then you have banners or you have links or you have different things inside that blog that help your customer to decide to buy something or to maybe get on your list, on your email list, because you're going to give away a secret recipe, to a sauce for something that you talked about in your blog post. So these are all things that you can do with your blog, and it's pretty exciting. However, I've been noticing blogs that I visit because I interact and engage with other people in their blogs, and that's another great way. It's called syndication where you share other people's blogs, you comment on them, share them, they reciprocate, and then that's how you get, you know, this engagement and this noticed on the search engines as well. So I've noticed on some blogs, though, people are not following these 7 steps. Then they get all, you know, anxious that, you know, their blogs aren't showing up on the first page of search engines. And that's because if you follow these 7 steps, I promise you, it may take you a couple of blog posts to get used to it. But once you follow these 7 steps, you're going to start seeing some of your blog posts going to the first page of Google. How does that sound, Terry?
Yeah, that sounds like magnificent. I would love that.
Well, you've been doing good, you know, with your blog, getting it set up and doing some blog posts and things like that. And we might take a look at one of your blog posts today, if that's okay. That's up to you. I know I put you on the spot on that, so
Go for it.
Because we can go through the 7 steps and kind of break it apart. And that's another thing that I do. I have a blog that's called the bloggingbooth.com, and I have a little service that I help people. It's called Blog Redo, and I help people to analyze their blogs. There's a charge for just analyzing your homepage and giving you some ideas and suggestions, and then there's another charge for analyzing your site to give you, you know, ideas for content and things like that. So I love helping people in that regard, because this has proven to me how effective a blog is for my business. So it's powerful. It's powerful that you understand that a tool that you can be creative on can be the like one of the biggest assets in your online business, and it truly can be that way. So okay, let me share my screen. And Terry, do you have anything that you want to say, or if you wouldn't mind going over to the page to see if there's any questions, or
I was just
have any questions? Yeah, just put them down there. Okay. All right. And then in the meantime, I'll go ahead and share my screen. And first, what I want to show everybody is this is my Google Analytics. Google Analytics is something that you need, you must have. You must have some kind of way to measure what's going on in your blog, okay? Because there's certain things that you can do from the data that you collect, you know, to tell you that you're on the right path. So if you notice here, this is amazing. 7,000. I went over 7,000 sessions. Okay, these are sessions. It's kind of like this is the users, 6,000 unique users, but 7,000. So this unique user might have come back in, you know, for a second time or third time or whatever. And these are the page views, over 8,000. Folks, when I started this blog 3.5 years ago, it was flatline like down here, and flatline for, you know, a couple of months, and then all of a sudden I saw a little, you know, like a little dip, not 237, but, you know, like right there, 66, you know, 89. What that means, 128 sessions, not necessarily people, but it's pretty close to that number, came into my blog. Okay, pretty significant, right? 106. 113, that's what it is today, all right? Now here is, I wrote a blog post about the law of attraction, and look what happened here. 3,618 sessions. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it spiked up that way, but I did have couple other blogs that spiked that way as well. And this is what gives you an idea of, oh, okay, my audience likes law of attraction. So guess what I'm starting to write about? And I've just started learning about law of attraction, or reading more about it. So that's why I'm starting to share information. So when you get this kind of data on your blog, then it's like, oh, okay, now you kind of know what your audience is looking for, or what they like to read from you. And as you can see here, this blue means new visitor. Because returning visitor, these are probably people that, you know, I syndicate with. I'm in a syndication group. And in fact, we have our own syndication group, should you join, you know, our team, that we will invite you to, and, you know, we'll help you to syndicate. You'll syndicate other people's, and this is how you get new visitors coming in, because of the activity that's happening around your blog. The search engines love that, and that's another way to help you rank your blog post. So I'm at 88%. I've never been this high, folks, never. It's always been almost, not 50-50, it's been like in the 70 range, maybe 65, you know, that kind of thing. So this is telling me that what I'm doing right now is attracting new traffic. All right, and that's really, really important. And it makes, now I understand why I'm getting more leads every day too from my blog. Okay, so the other key factor here is coming down here to behavior. When you click on behavior in your Google Analytics, site content. When you click on that and pages, this will tell you what pages are getting the most activity. Okay, so see this law of attraction? See where it got 4,900 page views, and this is within the last month. This is showing the last 30 days. So unique page views was 4,500. And look at how much time on the site, over 4 minutes. So that tells me that people are loving, you know, this topic. And so I have been, you know, reading more about law of attraction, of course, and then I'll be sharing more. I just wrote another blog post about it recently. Let's see, is it on here yet? It might not be right because I just wrote it. This one, Shark Tank. This thing was written, I wrote this in, it was one of my first blog posts when I started Empower Network, because I love Shark Tank. I love how, especially how it's improved that show with helping entrepreneurs. It's a great show. So as you can see here, still I'm getting 38 unique page views on a blog post, and I'm not sure, I don't think it takes me to the blog. No, it just takes me to that. So that spiked up there to over almost 200 page views on March 7th. And that could be because, see what happens here, folks, is if you're watching Shark Tank show, people will get on and start searching for, you know, Shark Tank or whatever. So that's telling me this is still ranking. Let's put Shark Tank Scrub Daddy Millionaire. Let me see if it'll pop up, because I'm not sure what, there it is, Lynn Brown right here, Shark Tank Entrepreneur Scrub Daddy. Look, I'm on the first page above the fold with a post that I wrote back in August 2013. So what is that? That's going on almost 3 years, and this thing is still ranking. Pretty incredible, right? And I know I've been looking at this you know, for a while now, and what I've decided to do is you know, review another Scrub Daddy, or not Scrub Daddy, but another Shark Tank, and see what I can write that, you know, is equivalent to something like this, and you know, see what happens, see if it'll draw in some more traffic. Also this one, do you have a positive money mindset? You know, positive money mindset was the keyword that I was going for. And I'm amazed at, you know, even this. Look at the time on the site too, folks. Or on the page, I should say. It's just incredible that, you know, people are reading it. You know, people are reading it, and this is how you build connections. You know, people say, why do I have to blog? Well, because what you're doing is you're putting your content out there, which is connecting with people. And when you put your personality in there and you give them helpful information, they're going to remember that. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to keep coming back. They're going to just keep coming back. So enough of this. I just wanted to give you, you know, some insight. So we're going to go over the, you know, the 7-step blog post. Now, if you have questions about this Google Analytics and all this data, this is stuff that will start developing as you're blogging. I mean, like every day. You could go back like after 2 weeks and see what your data looks like, and then after the, you know, the first month and so forth. And don't be discouraged. Like I remember when it was 0. You know, this still looks like 0, but it says 48. You know, when I started out with 0, I'm like, gosh, how am I going to get people to my blog? Well, you have to syndicate. You've got to share your blog on the social sites. Get into these syndication groups so they help you to share your blog as well. And you reciprocate. And the thing of it is you're giving a backlink to yourself. Most blogs now, when you're commenting, you can put a backlink, which is a link back to your blog. And you could send it to a capture page if you want, or you could send it to a specific blog post, you know, in the comments today on blogs. That's what you can do. All right. So I will get out of that, and we're going to go into now the blog posts themselves. And as you can see on my primary site here, I've got 927 blog posts that I've done so far. So, and that's in 3.5 years. So, you know, I have over 1,000 because I've got other sites here that I blog on as well. So what that means is that this takes time. This isn't something, you know, success is built over. However, if you keep putting off blogging, then you keep putting off an ask to develop so quickly, and it's so powerful, folks. I mean, as you can see, this blog is still bringing me traffic every single day, morning, noon, and night. So, you know, that's the most powerful thing. So here's what I want to start off with is the first step of the 7 steps, and let me bring that up here, is going to be topic. All right, we need to know, what topic are you going to discuss? Well, what is, you know, what is the idea that you want to share with your audience? Okay, and why that's important is because it starts, you know, mentally preparing you to write this blog post. And when you have an idea of what it is that you want to share with the audience, then all of a sudden things start, you know, things start happening, and it's all part of focus. You've got to focus in on this. Otherwise, blogging can be, you know, kind of, some people call it frustrating, and I enjoy it. But I do know that I get writer's block. They call it writer's block. So what do? Well, you go out on Google and start searching for things, right? If like I said, if you wanted to start writing about cooking, well, cooking is kind of a broad keyword, right? Because the next step to cooking or topic is keyword, and you must look for develop a long tail keyword. And what is that? That's at least 3 to 7 words. Okay, I highly recommend that you keep it in between 3 and 4 or 5. Okay, but I know I've been taught, you know, trained or whatever. That's 3 to 7 words. So instead of cooking, you might say cooking recipes. But then how about cooking Italian recipes? Now you're getting into, see how you're niching it down? And now you're getting into more of a specific audience. And now you can find out, you can go into, and then what you can do here is you can put blog, and you can find out what blogs there are and go into those blogs and see what are they writing about. And I do this all the time, folks, just to get some ideas. I get ideas from when I'm syndicating the, you know, my blog posts, and I'm sharing other people's blogs, because they're, a lot of them are similar topics to what I'm, you know, I'm writing about, especially now with the law of attraction and things like that. So if you're in a cooking, you know, you want to get into some groups, some syndicate that will share blog posts about cooking. But as you can see here, there's all kinds of different things that you can get into, and Google helps you with this, pardon me, long tail keyword. So now they have, like Google says, Italian home cooking recipes. There you go. How about you write about the 5 top Italian home cooking recipes? How about that, right? So that would be your blog post. 5 top Italian home cooking recipes, even for beginners. There you go. Now there's a topic, because someone might be saying, well, is this something I, you know, is this a recipe that I can do? And you can use a different word. It doesn't have to be beginners or whatever. I'm not into, you know, I cook, but I'm not into, you know, that specific topic. So, but my point is, this is how you start developing your topic and your keyword. So now we've got these two checked off, right? These 2 are checked off. We're done. We're done with those 2. Now it's the content. Okay, and this is what I typically do, is I'll bring up a notepad like this. And so now you've got to find these 5 top Italian home cooking recipes. So again, you can Google this, or maybe you already know, or you have your own, top recipe. But at any rate, if you're going to go out to Google and you're going to go into somebody's site and you grab a recipe, always, always, always give a link back to them, to that page where you got the recipe from. That, that you try, maybe you tried this recipe, or you're going to try this recipe because, it's classified as one of your top, that's another thing you could do, home cooking recipes, for the holidays. Something like that, and then you can get into different, holiday, cooking recipes. So at any rate, you niche it down, and then you can go and find the content. So you either search for content or you use your own, from your own experience. And even if you go out, to Google to search for these 5 recipes, always, always interject your personality. Interject your, always kind of say, yeah, I remember, cooking with my mom and the first time that she made pasta for this Italian recipe, and that kind of thing. Do you see what I'm saying? You're giving some kind of connection and building a connection with your audience. Did you have a question there, Terry?
Oh, no. Did I make a noise?
Oh, no. I just want to make sure if anybody was like,
yeah.
Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow?
No, you're good right now. Thanks.
Okay, cool. And if you have a question too, just, throw it at me.
Oh, I will.
All right. So now you can do like, the recipe 1, recipe 2, recipe, 3, 4, 5. And see how you're setting everything up. And like I said, you're going to get the recipe, and maybe it's an image. It could be an image. I highly recommend, though, that you type it out, because those are all words that can be picked up by the search engine. And you want to keep utilizing, like one of my most favorite times as a kid was learning Italian home cooking. Okay, because that'll be one keyword at the very beginning, and I guess I got to do that the search engines will pick up on, because this is a long tail keyword right there. And these recipes, whatever, whatever, blah, 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 you're going to enjoy, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? But the idea is on the right after Italian home cooking, now you're bringing in recipes. So all of this is now being seen within the first sentence. And this is what's going to show up you see here on the search engines? See where they have this like 2 sentences right here. That is what's going to show up on the search engines, because you're going to use this as part of, and I'm going to show you this in a minute, as part of your content description. Because when you add in your long tail keyword into the first sentence, or first, at least the first sentence or second sentence at the most, that's what's going to happen. Because I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is all bold. Mm-hmm. What Google did is they bold the keyword, and that's the reason why they're ranking it. So that's why it's really important that these long tail keywords, that you use them. And this is out of 16 million, searches. So at any rate, now we've got the content. Now you know what you're going to be blogging about, and you just start filling it in. This is what I do, is I just start filling it in. Yes, it's going to take you some time, but the more time that you spend on a good blog post, rather than just slapping something on there just for the heck of it, is going to be tenfold right back to you. It's going to prove to be, this extra 15 minutes that you take, or extra 20 minutes that you take, is going towards that asset that you're building. And it's like building a home. Yeah, you can cut corners and all yourself 5 minutes, but then what it's going to do in the long run it's either going to cause you problems down the road, or you're not going to be able to sell that house, or whatever the case may be. You're not going to be able to attract people because you cut corners on the quality rather than taking the time, to work on that quality. Now, there are, obviously not every single blog post has to be written to rank on the search engines. I get that, because you're going to want to maybe tell your story on one of them, why you love cooking, why you got into cooking it, Italian, or you also love, barbecuing, and, all these different things. And that's all going to be part of when you set up your blog. And I went over this on one of the last trainings, is how you set up your blog. And that's the purpose and all that kind of thing. Those are the seven steps on that. And you can go and watch that replay on intenttowin.com. So at any rate, we're done with the content. I mean, you would have to fill this, complete this, obviously. Now, images. Images are big, okay? Images are big. And if you're not putting images in your blog post, then you're taking away the opportunity for even the search engines to rank your images. I mean, it's really incredible. Even my images are being ranked. And I'm going to show you how you rank, images. So where do you get images? I highly recommend that you either take your own images, from your cell phone, your smartphone or whatever, as long as they're good quality, or you go to sites, pexels.com, and this is a best free stock photos. Okay, there's a ton more, folks. You just go out there and you look for, I believe the license is called CC0 license, Creative Commons 0, meaning that you can share these, commercially. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in here cooking and see what Pexels comes up with. So here's some things, right? Here's some things that you could even take something like this, anything really. But if it pertains to like something like this, it might be some of the ingredients that's in the recipes. So when you do that, you click the image, and now you don't want to just download this because it's huge. See how big this picture is, 2000? I would keep it at the medium size. And then when you bring it into your blog, you're going to want to reduce it down. That's another thing I see people do. They either make their images too small and they make them, and then so they stretch them on their blog so it fits the white space. And so then that takes away from the quality of the image. Or they leave this big, huge size in their blog, and so that's another way to skew the image. So I'll show you that. Let me download this, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Or you could, if you knew your custom width, the reason why I go for the larger is because what I do, folks, is I take it over to Canva, and then I'll put something over it, In fact, do we have time, Terry? Do you want me to show that for people?
Sure. I think that would be very valuable, Lynn. Yeah.
All right. I don't want to bore people if people think that I'm, so let me bring this over here. Okay, eat food. I got to remember that. Eat food. All right, so let's go over to Canva. This is what I do. I mean, folks, what I'm showing you, after a while, it will take you like, minutes or seconds. I mean, it gets to the point. Oh.
Ask me what size.
I know. It's saying they're having problems with.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so my custom size on my blog is 790, and I like it 700 high. You can do it.
Ask me that, darn it.
400 high. You can do it 600 high. Whatever you want. Okay, that's up to you. But I know I like to. Actually, it's 770. I should say 770. So I'm going to hit design. So find out what your blog, the maximum width in the content area, or be congruent throughout your blog. Just say, you know what? All my images are going to be 700 by 600. Just do that. 700 by 600. That's what you're going to do, period. Okay? Now, I'm not sure if I can upload this image. So let me take a look. I know they were having issues yesterday because I tried uploading an image and it wouldn't upload.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But then this is what I did. I just dragged it in. Yeah. See, it'll do it on the drag. So sometimes you got to remember that, you know, you got to outsmart the, outsmart it. Now see, here's your canvas. What you got to do is you got to stretch the image, make it bigger. It's not taking away from the quality of the image, folks, just so you know. Okay. Canva doesn't do that. It keeps the resolution and all that kind of good stuff. Now you can move this around, but keep in mind, see the white spot, the white canvas down below. So, you know, you want to do something like that. Now, what I might do is I'll put text over this. Italian cooking recipes, something like that. Okay. And we'll go like that. And I might bring it over to the left and just bring it over like that. And I might take this down a notch, and you might even change the color, whatever you want to do. Bam, you're done. Italian cooking recipes. You can change this if you want to. Always remember, you can do that. Done. And now I'm going to download it.
Do you want to show them watermarking?
What's that?
Do you want to show them watermarking or putting your...
Oh yes, when you're doing your own images like this, it's a good idea to do what we call a watermark. And I train on this as well, where I would put lynnbrownonline.com. Okay. So because image that, you know, I got, especially if I purchase images, I want to be sure that if someone's going to share this image, that I'm going to get recognized. Now, some people will take the image and then they'll put in their own little watermark. That's okay, because I didn't really purchase this as a free, you know, this is a free image. But at any rate, this is a good thing to do. Now, you don't want to make it so, you know, standoutish. So a lot of times I might, you know, reduce this down to so it's not as noticeable. So it's truly a watermark, because you want Italian cooking recipes. Oops, I spelled recipes wrong. You know, to stand out. All right, so there's your watermark down there, and we are going to try to download this again. Well, gosh darn it, it won't do it. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to jing it. So I'm going to jing it just like that. That's another tool, folks. And it is smaller than what I want it to be, but this is just for training purposes. And you know what? It's got this stupid thing in it. And I guess it won't let you. Let me go back to uploads. This is the first time I've ever seen Canva have an issue like this for so long. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the watermark. I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to go inside. You know what I can do too to make this bigger, I think. I guess I can't. I thought I could make this a little bit bigger. Oh, here we go. Plus, there we go. You know, you got to be resourceful, folks. You just got to, where there's a will, there's a way, you know, and sometimes you just have to, like I'm doing today, you just play around with stuff. All right, now we're at 765 and 587. I don't know if everyone can see my jing. Jing is my friend. So I'm going to do Italian cooking recipe. There I go again. Recipes, right? Okay. Wait, did I spell recipe right? Yeah. R-E-C-I-P-E-S. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go to, I'm just going to put it on my desktop for right now. Okay. There we go. That's it. Done. Get out of here. Leave. Leave. It's not going to save that one. Get out of here. And now we're going to go to the blog post, because we have gotten our image. Next thing we're going to be doing is the hyperlinks and the backlinks, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Bold list headlines, I'm going to show you that in a minute, and call to action. Okay. So when we get into the blog post, we're going to add new. I'm going to go grab my title, copy that. There's my title. And because I've already written it on my notepad, I'm just going to go down and grab my content over here. Boom. And this is what I typically do is on the first, and everybody's different, folks. Everybody's different. So it's up to you how you want to handle it. But I always go in here and I make this big. I make it impact and I make it big. 18. Okay. And then these are all your recipes like lasagna, spaghetti, whatever it is, right? Spaghetti. And maybe in between, or let's put it this way, we're going to put an image. And we'll put it in here. So you go into your media, and we're going to I'm just going to grab any image, folks, just to keep it moving along here. I'm just going to put this positive, negative cooking. Because what I want to show you is the image that we just made is going to go somewhere else. So on this image, you're going to click the image. Always, always, always have an image, some kind of image inside your blog post. Why? Because it's another piece of real estate where you can add certain things that will get you ranked on, help you rank on the first page of the search engines. So you click here, you go on the little pencil. If I'm going too fast, folks, you can always watch the replay and, you know, watch back and that sort of thing. Make sure that the size is what you want. And then right here, link to media file. No, no, no. We do not want to link to the media file. I see far too many people doing this. This is real estate right here. I'm going to put a custom URL. So I'm going to put HTTP and maybe a capture page, or maybe, yeah, capture page to something free. So you might have a capture page that goes to a free recipe. Okay, let's just do that. Obviously, that's not going to go anywhere, but what I'll do here is I'll put it to Google. Let's just pretend that said free recipe, and it's going to go to a capture page. There's another thing that you can do. This image title attribute. You want to put in your keyword, which we go back here, and our keyword was Italian home cooking recipes. You want to do that, and you always, always, always want to, on your custom URL, open in a new window. Always, always. And you can put the link REL as well with your keyword. You can also change this, but of course this image is, I mean, it would be a cooking image. And then we update. What does that do? Let me show you. On your preview, when you come to your blog post, when somebody rolls, I don't know why that's doing that. When somebody rolls over this image, look what happens. See that keyword? See how it popped up? Italian home cooking recipes. See that? Well, guess what? The search engines see that as well. Just FYI. Plus, this is a way people can pin. They could go right to Pinterest and pin this. So if this was a lasagna recipe, you know, maybe you have a really delicious looking piece of lasagna on a really pretty plate or whatever, that would be cool, and somebody would pin it, all right, to their Pinterest. Just another way to bring more traffic, more eyeballs to your site. Again, you would want some verbiage here. Like I said, you know, one of the first recipes I learned to cook was lasagna. You see what I'm saying? So this is, whoops. This is adding your personality in there. It's adding a little bit of your story. And, you know, you might say, I wanted to share because of the unique whatever, the unique, pasta style or whatever. I don't know cooking that much. Anyway, that's how you fill it in with content and things like that. All right. So far we have gotten now to the images, now the hyperlinks and the backlinks. All right. So the backlinks are going to be coming from other sites. And we already talked about that a little bit. When you go to, this is my site right here. Let's say you go into my blog post. Here's this one on law of attraction, building a successful life, online business, law of attraction. And you are coming into my site. You're coming in here, maybe read it, whatever. And you're going to share this now. After you make a comment, see, everybody's been commenting. I've got to get in there and answer people back. But see where it says add comments? You're going to have your name in there. You're going to have your email address in there. And then you're going to have an area here where you can put in anything that you want. So I can bring people back, to my blog, to your blog, or I can bring them to a capture page or whatever you want. This is what I was telling you about, where you'll have a backlink back to your site or back to, where you want people to be directed. And then in your comments, you want to make sure that, you leave a good comment. Don't just say, oh, great post. It won't get any recognition. You know what happens is people like this, Nestor, David Thompson, he is amazing, this guy. And he gets a lot of exposure. Same with Helena. I mean, because they put time into their comments. And people are going to notice, they're going to say, who is this David Thompson? And they're going to click on him and find out. Comments are very important area that a lot of people are missing the boat on. So I'm sorry, Terry, did you have, Terry even comment on this one?
I was just going to ask you to back up on the backlink.
All right, so a backlink, all it is, it's just giving recognition back to your site. So in other words, like, remember I showed everybody on Twitter on our last training. Let me go to Lynn Brown. Okay, so this is a backlink right here. Twitter allows us to put a link to wherever we want. So this is a backlink to my blog.
Okay.
All right, that's a backlink. You can also backlink inside of your blog post. So let's say, first recipes is, maybe you wrote something about first recipes. You can highlight, right? You can highlight first recipes and you can link it to a post. Now I have, 927 posts. So I would have to put in a keyword, like, I would put in recipe. So let me put in mindset, right? So now I've got all these blog posts that I can choose from that I've written about mindset. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I could pick any one of these, open in a new window. Remember that, folks. And then add link. Now, when people come to my blog post, this is also a backlink to another one inside of my, my site. I also backlink it to some of my other blogs that I have. But here, see, this is clickable. This is clickable where it will go to one of your, blog posts.
Right.
Google sees that too, or the search engine sees relevant. It has to be relevant. It can't be that you're backlinking, you're talking about cooking and you're backlinking to, a free, not a free, but like it's not even relevant. It doesn't even, there's nothing that's said about a first recipe or anything like that. Then they will not give you any kind of, acknowledgement on that. So your backlinks to your other posts and things like that are, and you don't do it all the time. You're going to put maybe one or two, depending on how long your blog post is. If it's like 1,000 words, you might, put 4 or 5, backlinks. You could backlink to Twitter. If you had a specific, on Facebook, like if you had a specific post on Facebook and we showed that, the embed thing last time, I believe, or the time before, or maybe I did that in a blog post. If you have a post that you want people to come to on your blog, on your Facebook, you can take where was it? Attitude, like this. Here's attitude. I can go to the timestamp. I can click this big long link up here. I can go back into my post, and we have this Facebook embed thing. See this Facebook thing? Embed a Facebook post. So when I click on that, I just put in that big long link that I just copied. I hit OK. And it says specify width. I would keep it at the default. I've never changed it, from there. And then you get this little code in here on your blog post. But look what happens. And it's auto saving right now. Okay, let's look at it. So now let's pretend this is, maybe you wrote a post on your Facebook about an Italian recipe that you really love from your grandma or something like that, right? So now it's going to show this. Let's say that says recipe, right? And this, it looks like Facebook. Well, guess what? They can like it. They can share it right from here, right from your blog post. They can share it. They do not have to be in Facebook. Pretty powerful, right? So that's what I'm saying, that blogs, especially this blog, Kalatu, is just amazing. And then when they click on comment, it will take them to this, or click on this, it'll take them right to your Facebook. And that's another thing that you want them to do. You want them to connect with you on Facebook, especially if you have good content, that's relatable, like I said, to the Italian recipes or whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. Now I know I got a little sidetracked on that. Sorry about that. That's probably kind of like a bonus right there.
Yeah, thank you.
But just another, what's that?
I said thank you. That was great.
Yeah, because it just shows, the power of all these different things that we have inside this Kalatu Premium and what people can, utilize it for. And I hope I'm getting everybody, your ideas churning in your head of what you can do. And don't get overwhelmed. Just break it down and give yourself a plan, like a plan for the next 5 days, something like that. Try to blog for the next 5 days, and get out a notepad like I did and do that. Okay, so we have the hyperlinks and the backlinks, right? We did all that. The hyperlinks meaning you could take this, like Italian home cooking. I don't know why I'm echoing. Can you mute? Can you mute?
You're cutting out. Yeah.
Okay. So what you can do is on Italian, whoops, home cooking. I think that's, yes. What you can do here is you can go to a site that has some, that has some ranking. So typically, like, I'm trying to find, oh, there you go. There's a YouTube. That's a whole nother training we could get into, is how you can put in some YouTube videos as well. But at any rate, let's look at this one and see what that's ranked at. Because what I like to do is this Proud Italian, it talks about Italian cooking. And their site is ranked as a 4. Well, that will help you to, what do you want to say? You're recognizing other sites, and the search engines appreciate that, because what you're doing is you're being helpful to your audience. So you would copy their link, and then you would bring it over here somewhere in your blog. I wouldn't put it up here. I would bring it down here, something like, okay, the next Italian home cooking recipe is something you should enjoy with the kids, or whatever, okay? Because we're going to talk about spaghetti. So right here, Italian home cooking, and now we're going to give a link back to that site. Now guess what? And open in a new link, because you don't want them to go away from your site. You can go back to that site after you've published your blog, all right? After you've published your blog, and you could contact them or find out their Twitter or something like that, and just say that, you know, you shared, you love their site and you shared a link back to them in your blog post. Would you mind sharing my blog post with your audience? See where I'm going with this, folks? This is really powerful. This is advanced stuff, but this is really powerful. How then now you could get this site to help you promote your blog post. So pretty powerful, pretty powerful. And at any rate, that is what's called a hyperlink. You can hyperlink to anything. If you want to hyperlink to your capture pages, if you want to hyperlink to a specific cookbook that you're selling on Amazon, right? And you're an affiliate. So you could do that as well. You know, this could be a link to an Amazon cookbook, Italian cookbook. See where I'm going with that? I hope this is all kicking in for people. And please leave your comments. That would be awesome. Okay, so the next step, let's see where Terry's going. Okay, that's, never mind. All right, oh, shoot, sorry about that, folks. All right, so now we are going to, wanted this. We have now the bold and the lists and the headlines. All right. What we did here, remember when I said the top 5 Italian home cooking recipes? Lists like this are really good to have in your blogs because people like reading. They want to make it easy reading for them. See, like this one. This is my blog here. And see how I've put some bullets? This makes it easy for people to peruse through here instead of having to read everything. And these are the headlines that I'm talking about, or the headers, or whatever you want to call them. All right. So you can go in here, and all your recipes can be, can be like a heading 2. So all these can be heading 2s. And what that does, and you can call this spaghetti recipe Italian cooking recipe, right? Because you're doing the same keyword. Now, you don't want to get too crazy because maybe the next one isn't going to be, you know, it doesn't have to be, it could be Italian recipe. This could be Italian cooking style, something like that. So it's still in that range, but you're not getting over, you know, being ridiculous with your keyword, because keyword stuffing is long gone, folks. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. If anything, you could get dinged for it. So these are what's called the headings, and you can bold them. You do not have to use heading 2. All right, just FYI. If you had another heading, okay, if you had another, this could be actually, if you made that a paragraph, you could go to the font. This is what I do sometimes, because sometimes I like to make it different, and I'll go to a font family like that. Now let's take a look at the difference. And what I've found is, because Kalatu Premium is already set up as an SEO site, your headline or your title, this title right here, is already SEO optimized. In other words, the search engines know that this is a heading 1. They already know it. You do not need to make this a heading 1. You do not need to make anything heading, because this is what's going to get the search engine's attention, is your title. And in Kalatu Premium, the SEO part of it is taken care of in the title. And I hope that's really clear, okay? I don't want to confuse anybody, but you know. So here's what heading 2 looks like in your blog, which you can go ahead and do that. I think that looks really cool. And then here's what I did. I just did the bold, and I did that other, or I did a Arial bold or whatever. So you can play around with this. My point is, you want to make it easy. See how this is different. Then you have some content that's your regular font, but then your titles to the recipes and things like that will have will stand out and make it easier for the reader, make it easier for your blog visitor, so they can just go on down and go, oh, Italian cooking, oh, okay, spaghetti. And you see what I'm saying? It makes it easy for them to read your blog post. And they're going to get excited about this blog and go, wow, I'm going to come back here. You know, I'm going to bookmark this page, or I'm going to bookmark this site. And that's how you get people coming back all the time. And you get the search engines getting excited too, because you've got people coming back, you know, to your site. Okay, so I pretty much ran the gamut of bold lists and headlines. Next, call to action. This is another key point in anything that you do in marketing your business, and especially on your blog. Kalatu Premium makes it very easy, where you can set a call to action right here. So you can set a predetermined call to action if you're an Empower Network affiliate, or you might just want people to comment. You know, you might want them just to comment or share. So this one says comment or agree, or what do you think, or how about share? You want them to share this post, okay? Now this SEO field, I just always go ahead and fill it out because I've got all the information up here. Whether that gives it extra juice power or not, I don't know. But I just go ahead and do that. I take the first couple sentences as long as it has my keywords. And you see how I'm doing this so quickly? Blog excerpt, same thing. And then the description for Facebook, same thing. Okay? Basically, that's it. Keywords, we know it's Italian home cooking, and then home cooking recipes, and so forth. Okay? You can do whatever it is that you want in there. Now, here is the upload image that I want to cover really quick, because the call to action, I'm going to show you that in just a minute. We're going to upload that image that we saved, remember, on Canva that we made for Italian cooking. And there it is. Okay. Taking a little, come on. It's just going to load it up. There we go. Choose image. That's going to populate in there. And then I say take advantage of the featured image, because on most of these blogs, on the themes that you pick inside of Kalatu Premium, you want a featured image. And so it'll pop it in there. So you can add your tags, which would be your keywords and things like that. And you're going to pick a category. Now remember, when you set up your blog, you're going to set up categories. So this might be cooking recipes as your category. That's up to you when you set up your blog. Okay, so now we're going to preview. So we can see what this looks like. Sorry, it's taking a little long. Okay, so this is what they're going to come into, the 5 top Italian home cooking recipes for the holidays. Okay, Italian cooking recipes. It's almost like it's a magazine, folks, and that's what you want to bring them in, giving them a good feeling. They're like, wow, this is cool. And then they get into the content and, to your images and all that kind of thing. And then here's your call to action. Hey, you share this post with a friend. Now, you don't have to use these. You can create your own. So you might have one that is a cooking theme or something like that, that says, go ahead and share this with your other cooking friends, or whatever, whatever you want it to say, and you can add that in there. The other thing that you can do is you can put a call to action at the end. Say, if you enjoyed these Italian home cooking recipes, let me know in the comments below, and be sure to share with your other cooking friends, right? And then you might say, oh, by the way, I have this cool free, 10 tips to barbecuing, or whatever. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? And so now you can do free 10 tips barbecuing. You can hyperlink that to wherever you want it to go. and make sure it opens in a new, add link. And now they can get the 10 tips. And if you want, you can kind of make this bigger, make that stand out, maybe even bold it. So now we'll take a look at this. The point is, don't let them leave without a call to action, without asking them or telling them what they can do next. If you tell them what can they do next, people love that. People love, that kind of direction. So there you go. Oh, by the way, I have this, well, I did that wrong. Free cook, whatever. But see how it's hyperlinked, so they can click that. But at the same time, they can share. See where all this call to action is. That's kind of a key point here, folks, because they have everything right here. With, oh, okay, I'll share it. I'll go ahead and share this on Twitter. So we just now went through all the 7 steps for a blog post that will make search engine's first page. And I'm going to get off of here, stop sharing, and see if Terry has any. If there were any questions or comments or anything like that.
No questions or comments. I think that was a really good tips there, the hyperlink and adding a call to action at the end. That's really helpful.
I think that's one of the biggest things that I had to adjust. And it's kind of like a mind shift because, you write your content and you're so excited and then you publish it. Oh, I think you got to mute again, Terry. And then you publish it and you don't tell people what should you do next, right? And you don't want to always tell them just to share it. I think you have to mute again.
Won't let me. Hang on here. Oh, there we go.
It's weird that it's echoing today and it's never echoed before. But anyway, you do want to tell them what you want them to do. Now, you might take them to a video. Maybe there's a cooking video that you just recently did. Whatever it may be. Maybe you want them to be on your Facebook page, your new business page. Maybe you want more people on your Facebook business page. So you set up a plan that, okay, this week I'm going to do 5 days of blogging, and my call to action is going to get people over to my new Facebook business page. Okay, so think of a plan of what it is that you want to do with your blog posts. And it doesn't all have to be the same every single day. But if you, for instance, if you do want people, to be on your Facebook, or maybe you want more people on your Twitter or your Instagram or whatever it is, let people know that, hey, I just set up a new account over on my Facebook. You might want to like this page or whatever you want to do. So do that. Call to action. The bold and the lists, and make it easy for people to read your blog post. Put some helpful content in there. And if you have to get ideas from the internet, go for it. Be resourceful in that way. That's what the internet's for. Find the information and just run with it. So let me know if you have any questions or comments. If you want to hit me or Terry up privately over on Facebook, on messaging or whatever, or, I posted this on my Facebook. Sorry, allergies. I was telling Terry, man, this eyeball was so swollen last night and so red from spring. Spring has sprung here. Anyway, hit me up with any questions or problems, or if you're stuck on anything or ideas. And also you can go over to my bloggingbooth.com. If you want me to analyze your front page of your blog, go to the blog redo. Spend the money, folks, because it is my time, and I will personally work with you to to help you out, give you some suggestions for your blog, because that's the one thing that I never had anybody to kind of critique. And then when I got into this community, man, it's really cool how we've got so many helpful people. In fact, tonight we have a Kalatu Premium Q&A live webcast. So that's for people that have the Kalatu Premium. And it's incredible the amount of information that you learn on there too as well. So I guess I covered it, and like I said, you can always watch the replay. This should be up on intenttowin.com. I don't know, give it a 10, 15 minutes after we're done here. And Terry, how about you? Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I think this was really great. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So I'm glad that I had this opportunity to talk with you guys about the blogging. It might be something that we will revisit again, because I've noticed how powerful the blog has become in my business. And I know Terry's been getting, you know, a lot of more engagement and things like that on hers as well. If we would have had time, we would have gone into hers and kind of critiqued, you know, some of hers. Maybe, like I said, maybe we'll do this again next week. I don't know. We'll see, you know, what kind of reaction we get from people, and if this was helpful information, if they want more and that kind of thing. All right. So happy Tuesday to everybody. Thank you for attending. If you were here live, if you're watching the replay, you know, happy that you're doing that as well. I think you're going to get a lot of good information. If you want to join Terry or I or our team, there will be a button. You're either on her blog or you're on my blog or you're on the Hangout page itself. There will be a button beneath the video, and you can go ahead and be a part of our team. We'd love to have you on board and get you going building your business for profit. That's what we teach people. So I'm Lynn Brown. That's Terry Miller. And we are saying goodbye for today. We'll see you next week.
Bye.